Hello, welcome back to the Potsmucker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmucker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, from the Bible. And today, we're reading the seventh part of the dissertation of the 26th chapter of the Potsmucker's Bible, which is the 23rd chapter of the book of Zion. And we're starting with Isaiah 54, 4-6, which is Zion 23, 22-24. We start with 51, 4. Hearken unto me, my people, and give ear unto me, O my nation, for a law shall proceed from me, and I will make my judgment to rest for a light of the people. The Grey are speaking here. I believe Kenny, or Messiah, is the mouthpiece of God. The authority he has is by the authority of the Grey. They work through the King. So he is the voice of God on earth. So to hearken is to hearken. Hearken. Listen to Kenny. He will speak for the Grey. He will be the voice. What the Grey say, Kenny will say. So we are to hear Ken, because Ken speaks for the Grey. So even the name of my chosen one is prophetic. Ken is his name, because that was how it was planned. So hear Ken. So through Kenny, the Grey will speak. Through him, they will create a law. This law will provide justice for all. It will be a light for the people. I don't know what this law is, but it will change the things on earth. It will be a just law for all of humanity. My thought on this law is that it establishes the nation of Zion. O my nation, this addresses the people who become the nation of Zion. We lowly drug users, we are the focus of the aliens' attention. We are the people they created. This new law will be for our particular people, as well as for the rest of humanity. This law will be for a light of the people. 51:5. My righteousness is near, and my salvation is gone forth, and my arm shall judge the people. The isles shall wait upon me, and in my arm shall they trust. This also indicates that the new law will be for drug users, because the righteousness is marijuana use. Drugs are our righteousness. Salvation comes from on high. The priests of Zion are already a manifestation. We are here. We are the people foretold. We are the saviors of humanity. It is our purpose. The new law will be passed to give us the authority to do so. This law empowers the king and the priests. It gives Messiah authority to rule on earth. It gives him authority to judge. He is named the arm of the Lord, the King of kings, the chosen one of Israel. By this foreordained authority, he will take charge of humanity. All will be subject to his rule, because he is the arm of the Lord. The first order of business that our newly ordained king will address is the relocation of the island populations. This makes total sense because the seas are rising and those on islands are the most vulnerable. They must be moved. So he will first address this most urgent problem. That is why, as soon as this becomes known, the people who now live on islands that are being submerged will eagerly await the verdict of the king. They will be relieved to know that the Grey will always plan to help them survive. This prophecy is their true and only hope. Because the island nations will have good reason to trust in the Grey. They will lead the way in bridging the gap of trust between aliens and humans. Those currently in power have gone to great lengths to create fear and loathing towards the Grey. The faith of the island people in the newly crowned king will begin the process of building trust between our two species. 51:6. Lift up your eyes to the heavens, and look upon the earth beneath. For the heavens shall vanish away like smoke, and the earth shall wax old like a garment. and they that dwell therein shall die in like manner. But my salvation shall be forever, and my righteousness shall not be abolished. For my salvation is from generation to generation. This verse again tells us that the events about to take place here on earth will forever change the human race. What we, the people of Zion, are about to create will endure well beyond even the planet itself. Long after Earth is gone, the civilization of Zion and the new human race it nurtures will endure. Zion is an eternal kingdom. It has no end. Isaiah 42:13-16, Zion 23:25-28. 42:13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. The Lord, Ishi, shall go forth as a mighty man. Well, Kenny is a mighty big man compared to most men. I would put him at about average height and weight. I would put him above average height and weight. He is big and strong, mighty in stature, compared to the gray, who are much diminished due to the cloning breakdown of their genetic code. So when Ishi walks the earth, he will do so as Kenny, a mighty man. This is how channeling works. Ishi occupies Kenny's body, and Kenny resides in Ishi's body. So when Ishi speaks through Kenny, it's truly Ishi who speaks. Kenny is off enjoying a visit with Ishi's people. He's wherever Ishi's body is. This is what our scientists call the quantum entanglement. The living soul, no matter its origin, is a form of energy, a conscience energy, a singularity, a tiny point of light. That singularity isn't made up of matter. It inhabits matter by entangling its energy with the body it inhabits. The body it animates. That by this same means, the entity of light can also disentangle itself from the body it animates. It can then travel at the speed of light and enter into any body open to its energy. A channel is an open body that can be occupied by a being of energy. This is done in two ways. Through the use of force or through mutual cooperation. We call the use of force a possession. The mutual cooperation we call channeling. A possession is a physical takeover. A channel session is a timed event agreed upon by both parties. In both cases, the body is used by an outside entity. In a possession, the being that enters the body does so with the intent to occupy the body, usually permanently. The incoming soul has entered by stealth. They may have been invited in prayer or mystic practices, or the true soul has opened itself up without knowing it, being weakened by tragedy or fear. The incoming stronger entity pushes the living soul, reducing its hold on the body. The weaker soul is forced to retract or to leave the body entirely. The possessing soul then takes the place of the dispossessed soul and lives the life itself. The original soul is unable to reassert itself and is left either as an attached spirit or as a ghost left behind at some point to drift until the body dies. The body, once detached from its creative force, will break down. Its matrix is in the form of the true soul. Only the wavelength of its own soul can sustain it indefinitely. A possessed body has a half-life, so to speak. The true soul is bound by its creation to the point that it can only have one body at a time, because its energy maintains the body it creates. So, possession is a forceful takeover of a body by a stronger energy form. But the body, which is the creation of the soul that inhabits it, begins to break down when its creator is not present. The foreign soul that takes over the living body will never truly be the master of that form. It has commandeered the body by force. Channeling, on the other hand, is an accepted practice. It does not use force. It doesn't reduce the soul that owns the body. It is taught or it is discovered. The soul owning the body allows the visitor to use their form. No force is needed. The soul does the deed of its own choice. Channeling can be done by either dual occupation of or by sole occupation of the body. Astral traveling is the means for the true soul to choose to reduce itself or to make room for the incoming soul. The astral projection is the entity leaving the body and becoming incorporeal without form. Or they can astral travel. They can switch bodies to also. Normally, it is a switch. This helps the empty body to function. It also allows interspiritual exploration of both souls to get to know each other through memory exchange and by becoming familiar with the energy field of the other. To know a person in this manner is to truly know them. You become truly close to those you channel. Quantum science is the science of the soul. The nature of energy is as wide as that of physical science. We are at the dawn of the spiritual age as our souls become actualized in our mind's eyes. Channeling is but one of a huge volume of quantum discoveries we as humans are beginning to comprehend. What we call quantum science, we once called religion. Ishi, the gray god of prophecy, will use the science we call quantum to inhabit Kenny's body so that he can operate on the planet Earth without the use of environmental suits. Ishi will become Kenny. By using Kenny's body, he will speak as a mighty man, a mighty human man. When Ishi uses Kenny's body to speak to humanity, it won't be pretty. The Grey are not happy with the human race. We have gone down a dark path. Our false gods have done us so much harm. The Grey won't tolerate lies told in their name, and every false claim made by every false religion is a lie in their name. Because they were Yahweh, they were Muhammad, or they were Allah, they were Ishtar, Krishna. Even Hera and Zeus were once seen on earth. But the so-called gods of today are empty myths told by and embellished over centuries of storytelling. And human represent those characters, gods, as idols. I once saw a Christian literally kiss the ass of the idol Jesus Christ. Literally, he kissed Jesus' ass. Jesus was never a Grey. He was a priest of Israel, a rabbi, a church leader of the Essenes. Jesus is not, nor was he ever, anything more than a Jew. Yet humans are eager to kiss his idoled ass. So when Ishi speaks, he will stir up jealousy over the idols of religion. If we are to interact with the clones of our ancient gods, we must forsake our storybook gods for the real living gods of Earth, the Grey. Idols aren't living gods. The beings these idols represent are the same beings that we call Grey. So it is only right that we honor the living beings as opposed to the idols of their former forms. And there I'm going to end for this session, and I will begin where I left off next time. Until then, may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you always be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. May you always be happy and high. Know that I love you. I'm doing everything I can to make this realized for all of our sakes. And so, until next time, I'll say later, 'cause I'll never say goodbye.